been a while since I did a sketchbook tour. Let's actually get to doing one. It's been a while since I've done a sketchbook tour. So just before I talk about the sketchbook and then everything in it, I just want to say that I did cut myself and I also burnt myself on my thumb, so that's why I have a plaster on it. So I'm sorry if you don't like looking at it, but I can't help my clumsy self. So when I do sketchbook tours, I usually get questions about the sketchbook, so I'll answer that first. This is a Sea White of Brighton travel journal sketchbook. These are some of my favourite sketchbooks to use. So with the stickers, just a quick overrun of the stickers. This is a Lowish sticker. I got it when I backed one of her projects on Kickstarter. This is a homemade sticker that I made, just testing out a sticker paper to see if it was good. This is a Sophia Alou sticker when I brought her mermaid zine book thing. I don't know what to call it. And on the back we have a tester of another sticker paper with my art. This is Yandere-chan, obviously. I like this sticker paper a lot more because it's smooth vinyl, whereas the other one was kind of glossy. And then the obligatory Scrawler Box sticker. There's actually not a square Scrawler Box sticker on here, which is rare. Let's see what we've got in here then, shall we? So we have the dates, of course. I also wrote the dates down again. Now this was the original dates page, however, when I was doing a little scroll flip thing for Instagram stories, it actually scrolled to this page, so I wrote it on this page as well. So it says, "Where is my hair growing to? Do I cut it? Nah." It's because I've currently grown out my hair and it's really long and it's getting everywhere. Otherwise I didn't know what else to draw on the front. So we have a picture of Pearl. Now, okay, there's going to be a disclaimer here. Now, there are going to be a lot of my OC universe in this sketchbook, especially since this was kind of the start of the world building process. There was some in my previous sketchbook, but this one I think has the bulk of it when it started. So I do apologise if you don't understand what is actually going on in the sketchbook. Just admire it for the pictures. Because I'm hopefully going to be doing a video on my OC universe at some point when everything's compiled together. It's quite deep, like this picture, 'cause under the sea. So it's going to take a lot of work, as I've said in previous videos. I just want to emphasize the point that it's going to take a long time. So I'm sorry if you get confused. Well, this is Pearl. She belongs to a kingdom called Akrel. It's not like that information really matters at this present moment as I'm filming, because I still haven't done that video yet. Sorry. Sparrow, Prince Sparrow of Avis. He is a bird prince. There's so many different characters that my creativity just went through the roof, especially with this being at the end of my university time. It was just all the creative juices just bubbling. So we have Pearl and Sparrow. Of course they're shipped together. Is that a trick question? So we have some Pearl drawings. These aren't her colours, they were just the colours I had, but it's kind of similar. She's more blonde than this, but I was just experimenting with the colours here. So this is some text for my comic, The Story of Pisces. This was for a university project that I did towards the end of my year, and my teacher said I need a cover page. So I did some typography for the title page in watercolour in my sketchbook. Scanned it in, used it, turned out pretty well. Some more Sparrow and Pearl. They are adorable. Then we have Baby Pearl. Okay, when I start drawing a new character and I'm obsessed, like that's that. I start drawing a lot of that character, so I'm sorry if seeing Pearl constantly is gonna get boring. So then this is Pearl's sister Lorelei. These were just names that I was trying to come up with. So Pearl has 11 other siblings, all adopted. They're adopted siblings. This is one of her older sisters, because Pearl is the youngest of the family. This is Lorelei. One of Pearl's brothers, Azuki. So this was kind of like some notes for the family tree. This is planning for my final show boards, and I kind of did use this layout, but not quite. Another one of Pearl's brothers, this time his name is Reef. He kind of looks very similar to Reese. He's like the mermaid equivalent of Reese. And I used some of my Gansai Tambi metallic paints. They look really pretty. So then we have more family tree notes. Me trying to keep a track of the family members, because there's 12 children and then there's 2 adults in the family. So there's like 14 OCs to keep a track of. So I was constantly trying to keep a track of this royal family. A sketch that didn't turn out the way I wanted. Then we have some Symmetra drawings. I did say in that video where I did the Symmetra piece for my best friend's birthday that her name was Symmetra. Now I have been corrected. I do apologise. Oh, I don't know too much about Overwatch. I just said I would draw the character for my best friend's birthday. Yeah, these are the concept sketches that I was doing. I watched some GIFs on the Overwatch wiki page just to get an overall grasp of what the character was like. And Bryony said she wanted Symmetra being quite casual, maybe reading, so I kind of took that on board. And also, this was around the time that Bryony got engaged. It was so cute, so I had to do her a little sketch. It was adorable. So this was the first pass at a fire princess. Now, I have changed her design completely. This is supposed to be the first pass at the fire princess Pele, but as I just said, didn't work out too well. Trying to turn the page when your thumb is in a plaster is really hard. So this is kind of like a redesign of a butterfly character called Iris. She's one of the ladies in waiting at the royal court. Also, she's kind of like a reimagination of the Draw This Again fairy. So I was trying to play around with her hairstyle and stuff like that. So this is the evil bird emperor. His name is Hawk, but me, Sammy and Gabby and Jess like to call him Hank instead of Hawk. And I was just playing around with his face shape and how it should look, and I really like this one. Just, oh my god. I like the way his nose looks. His nose, it just makes him look so unique to all my other characters, because I have a tendency of drawing the same face a lot, and I have noticed it, and it is something I'm trying to correct, but improvement isn't a straight line. Then Hank's sister, Kanara. So Hank is the father of Sparrow, by the way. If you've been keeping up with the sketchbook, you'll understand what I'm saying. This is Sparrow's auntie and Hank's sister, Canara. Canara means canary. I actually named Canara after Canary Witch because Bird Kingdom and friend with bird username. Perfect reference. Some poses that never really worked out too well. I think this was me trying to rework the Symmetra pose, but it never really went off the ground because I was already happy with the sketch like a few pages ago. So that's supposed to be Argus. Argus is one of the members of the butterfly royal family. Because there's a butterfly kingdom. Of course there's a butterfly kingdom. So that's supposed to be Iris. I was still playing around with her hair, so you can see her hair like that. So this was some experimentation with the recently acquired Scrawler Box stuff that I got. I think this was May's Scrawler Box. Then we have some sketches of Loki and her puppy Rocket. I think he's adorable. I was trying to do something there, but I don't know whether I succeeded or failed. Then I was drawing fawns. This was actually drawn before we even came up with the idea of having fawns in my character universe. So you never know, these fawns could actually exist in my character universe. I haven't decided yet. I think this is when I got my Wish supplies. You can see how much I kind of played around and looked at it. Some flowers. I have this type of fake flower in my room and I thought I'd draw one of those. I also have some fake roses as well, but it didn't work out too well. Then we have a picture of Jalal, my baby, my beautiful baby, my dragon boy. So I really like his face in that one. I don't know what it is, but it's just detailed but simplistic and it just makes him look so handsome. This is a page of my watercolour technique. Basically, the watercolour technique is just splodging watercolour on a page and then drawing around it in pen. It's quite a fun exercise. You can get a lot of different shapes and caricatures out of it. I think it's a really good exercise just to keep it up and keep warmed up in terms of drawing. Some more, and you can probably notice that there are some recognisable characters on this page, like Jalal, Loki and Melissa. This was a page that never really worked. So then we go on to the collaboration with Scribblefix. These were some of my concepts for that collaboration. There was a lot of development work that I did for that collaboration because I had no idea what I wanted to draw. We had free reign and the only limitation was the colour palette, so I was trying to decide what I wanted to do. Now I decided I'm doing like the Crystal Kingdom and I kind of had this idea with like crystal caves. I thought it could be really beautiful and pretty and I did end up going with that, but I actually had a completely different composition before I did Vanessa sitting down. This was the one colour every art supply thing that I did. Originally I was going to go with red because I'd seen nobody use red, so that's what I was thinking. I was either thinking of doing Jalal or Nicholas, but it didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. And there's some really derpy pictures of Nicholas in this. So yeah, enjoy those. The final sketch. So the picture of Nicholas I did for the one colour every art supply challenge. Next thing, I wanted to draw a character that was kind of based on fruit. I don't know why. It was either fruit or like inspired by different chocolate flavors, and I was drawing a strawberry based girl, and then I realized it kind of looks like strawberry shortcake, and the moment I realized is the moment I stopped. I was like, no, I can't do this. I've ruined the perception of my own drawing. And those were just video ideas at the time. I've actually done all of those except for the one line challenge. I should really do that because that was actually something I had to do in the first year of uni, just as an assignment. So it would be a cool video, I suppose. I don't know when that will come out, if it comes out. I don't know whether you guys would want to see that. So the next page is me just experimenting. So these were the Scrawlrbox colours from pages ago. I was just testing out to see how it would look. I didn't know what to draw, so I just did this girl sitting on a wall. Oh well. I love the colour combination that I did here though. Maybe that's something to explore in the future, I don't know. Then we have colour swatches, which is on the next page, but you can see them through the paper, and they kind of like went on here as well. I think this was in a Scrawlrbox. These were tinted graphite pencils, and these were swatches of everything that I was going to use in the Every Art Supply challenge, and then more of that watercolour technique, some pen trial. So I'm pretty sure this is the Wish watercolour that I did a swatch of in my sketchbook. Then we have this, which is a piece of artwork for Doki Doki Literature Club. It was a concept that I came up with in my mind and thought it would look pretty cool, but I never fully fleshed it out, as you can see by the three figures that weren't fleshed out enough. If you see a particular drawing in these sketchbooks that you actually like, or you want me to like carry forward to a final piece, then let me know which ones that you would like to see. Obviously, I can't do all of them, but I might go back to the ones that I personally like. But you can see Monica, and then these are supposed to be Yuri, Natsuki, and Sayuri. So then we have Daphne and Hide. I haven't drawn these two characters in a long time. I miss my children. So you can see that I kind of outlined it in black. I really feel like it makes this page pop very well. And also the gel pens that I used on the mermaid, on the first piece of artwork in the sketchbook, these are exactly the same ones. They might not look it, but they are. It's because over darker colours, they actually have a different tone. They're actually dual toned. And I have two of those that I got from a Scrawlrbox. A really disgusting sketch. I don't like that. This was trying to flesh out the Scribblefix collab. So this is fleshing out the Verona royal family. Verona is the Crystal Kingdom in my OC universe. And yes, it is named after the Italian city. These are the main royal children. I wouldn't call them children, but like they are the main people there. So Vanessa, as you've seen here, her sister Briar, and elder brothers James and Jacob. I really love James's hair and like chin. I really like it. Here is where I was playing around with hairstyles. I think I did this page before I did the previous page because I wanted to experiment with hairstyles for Briar since I had no idea what to go for. Then we have the obligatory Spyro, because I love Spyro. This adorable little dragon. But it's been a while since I've drawn Spyro properly. I really want to do some Spyro fan art, but as you can see, it's not too great. I like that kind of composition. I think that would make it a really cool sticker composition. Maybe? I don't know. And then we have Micah. This would be James and Kanara's son. So James is the guy with the hair and the chin that I said I liked the design of. And Kanara, who is Hank's sister and Sparrow's auntie from earlier on in the sketchbook. I hope you're keeping track. That's why when watching my sketchbook tours, you really shouldn't skip any point of the video, because I just explain and go off on a tangent about my characters because I love them. Don't mind my squeaky chair. Then some pen doodles of Spyro. I'm really kind of sad that I actually went over this like blue sketch of Spyro, but it is what it is. I mean, they're quite terrible. I kind of like that one, maybe, and maybe that one, but the other ones, they're awful. Some character information. If you want to pause and read this character information, be my guest, but I will say take it with a pinch of salt because not everything is here, it's not all complete, and everything is everywhere, and I'm sorry if you can't understand any of my handwriting. So then we have some little pen doodles. So this was a pen doodle of Sagini Jenna Robin. So I said before I had a character, like a bird character, that was named after Canary Witch. There is a character with a middle name that was named after Jenna. It's obviously not spelt the same. And then we have Nicholas and baby Isla, or like toddler Isla, or kid Isla, I don't know. When I draw toddlers, they always look older than they are, so I don't know. This is a picture of my jellyfish queen, Aquaria. She is Pearl's adoptive mother. This was actually the original sketch that I did for the piece of artwork in my watercolour comparison video, and I also used the final piece that came out of this sketch as a draw this in your style thing for other people. Then some sketches that didn't really work. Then shipping Sagini with Jacob because I can. It's my OC universe. I would only ship them if it makes sense, and those two made sense. We have Spiro. Spiro is Pele's, that fire princess that had a redesign previously in this sketchbook. Spiro is her younger brother. So Spiro, fun fact, is actually named after Spyro. It's not hard to tell why. However, it does have another reason behind it. The reasoning behind it is that Spyro was made up of the word Spiro and pyro, which means to breathe fire, which is appropriate for a fire prince. He also has a dragon tattoo, which I really love, and I love his flame mohawk. It's just something that none of my other characters have. He just looks really handsome too. This was celebrating Bailey J's 1 million subscribers. Then we have some next generation stuff here. This is some characters in my character universe that are the next generation. So we have loads of generations planned out, and you can really see the extent of my character universe when you see a full-blown family tree for like all my royal families in my OC universe, because my OC universe is more like a planet and a lot of different characters. So this I'm not going to zoom out for this because there's no point. But this is actually a beach in Martin. I went on holiday and I drew this on a beach in Devon. It's not accurate at all. But I barely had any water either, so it was very messy. But I kind of like how quick and expressive it is. I don't know, especially the sky. I like the way the sky turned out. So the rest of it kind of turned out a bit muddy, but oh well. Playing around with my Desert Kingdom royalty. There's a lot of royalty. I like designing OC fancy clothes, okay? You caught me. So the Desert Kingdom has this very ancient Egypt kind of feel. So I was trying out different looks. So again, this was kind of concepting for the False Prayer scrawler box. So that was August scrawler box. Then we have me just playing around with a brush pen, just writing down Loki's real last name. So for those who don't know, Loki's name is actually an alias. Loki Paddock is the alias. Her real name is locally Ikaluko. I just wrote her real last name down and also her boyfriend's name, which is Elijah. Elijah looks really derpy in this one. Then we have some notes on Cinderash, which is my Fire Kingdom. And then I have a sketch that was done on a train. So I actually went to go and meet Hetty's Arts and Black Summer Colouring, Heather and Claire. And they are so, so lovely. So I did this little drawing just to commemorate the day. And it was an amazing day out. I loved it. The only thing is though, getting lost around Birmingham, not really the best. But we all had fun. The chocolate muffin at the cafe kind of broke my diet a bit, but we live and we learn, and I needed a cheat day, okay? I'm allowed to have it. So then we go on to character concepting. So this character's name is Typhy. Now, I don't know whether I will have people who recognise the name Typhy because it's the name of a river in Wales. So the layout of this double page spread was actually inspired by one of Drawing with Waffles videos. So she recently, well somewhat recently, did a video based on people's reactions to like polls on Instagram stories, which I thought was a really, really cool idea. I don't know if I'm going to do it for a video. If you would like to see something like to create a character, then please let me know whether you want that down below. So you have some sketches. This is again of Typhy, kind of like in a more sad, somber kind of pose. I'm not sure if I got it 100% right. I liked it when I drew it, but now looking at it, it looks kind of awful. When I say awful, I mean it looks really off. Like everything just looks off. And this is my Fire Princess Pyra. So actually I was trying to decide what I wanted to do for the Arteza video, and I kind of had this idea that Pyra would be a part of it, and she actually is. So I will link that video in a card. So then we have some Arteza testing. I really wish I would have shown these in the video, but you're seeing them now. So these are crystals that I did as an experiment of the Arteza paints in terms of like mixing, getting some shading and some warm highlights and stuff. And I really like the way these turned out. These look really effective. It looks so pretty. Then we have some sketches. This is supposed to be Ruby. It's really off, but I kind of like how loose it is. Then we have a painting of a volcano. This was kind of me getting my thoughts out about the Fire Kingdom because it's actually placed on a volcano, but I thought in terms of testing out the paints that the outcome would be a bit too generic, and also I didn't like the way it was laying down here. Just, I couldn't get it right, and me just layering on more watercolour just didn't work with it. And we have some more sketches, something that didn't work. This was supposed to be Typhi, Loki and Elijah up here, and then this is Pyra again, like a Pyra-esque pose. Oh, we also have some stuff in the pouch. These are little sketches of emblems for each of my kingdoms. Now these are only like rough designs. I've only got a couple of emblems fleshed out at the moment. I think the main one I have fleshed out is Avis, but I really like Mariposa's design, and there's a few others that I did create, but I really like to have this as a reference point. So these are just little pen doodles of what they look like. Avis's one on here wasn't final because I went back in on Paint Tool Sai and fixed it up, and then these are some of the other ones. These probably won't make it into the final one. I kind of like Loka's one as well. I'm not sure. It's definitely something I've got to revise. So we have a picture of Pyra. This is Pyra when her hair isn't like combusting. And this is one of the bird princes. He is part of the next generation set of characters. I'm sorry my voice is a little croaky. That's because I've been talking a lot about my characters, and I would talk even more about them if people wanted me to. So this is a little drawing of Ember, Jenna's character. This was for her birthday, and I just kept it in the little pouch in the back. So this is a picture of Pyra, my fire princess again. I have two fire princesses, Pyra and Pele, and this is Pyra, obviously. Pyra is the younger of the two, and Pele is older. Obviously they have a brother, Spiro, as I said before. Spiro is the middle child. There's been quite a lot of my OC Kingdom information in this video. Hopefully it should tide people over until I have everything sorted out and organised so I can make that OC universe video. So you thought this was the end of the video, right? Wrong. I have these pages right here. So I'm just shoving these pages in at the end of this video because I did some sketches in a new sketchbook. I started that new sketchbook, and when I was a few pages in, I started to hate the paper with a passion, and I really didn't like it. So what I did was I took out the pages that I'd already done, and I gave the sketchbook to my sister, who gladly accepted it. She really loved the fact that she received that. So I'm just going to show off these pages as the last bit to this video. I've just been keeping them together with a binder clip. We have a picture of Isla. This was a square sketchbook, by the way, and it was a bound sketchbook, so it was kind of difficult to take out the pages without damaging the whole book, but I managed it. This is Amelia. Some people might recognise her from my DeviantArt. If you just go to my DeviantArt gallery and type in Amelia, she is an old character that has recently been included in my OC universe. I have updated her and her story and everything to revolve around this OC universe, kind of like what I did with Bethany. Amelia is actually the original Ruby and Loki. That is kind of why I drew Loki next to her to see the differences, because obviously I don't want them to look the same. In terms of her hair is actually darker now, because I thought that having a darker hair tone would actually contrast more with Loki. And then this was just like a random watercolour thing. I don't know what I was trying to achieve. More of that watercolour technique. I've made a couple of pastel girls and I kind of like the first one that I did. This one was the second one that I've made. So I might make that into a video, I don't know, or I might just save them for my sketchbook. Who knows? So then these are character sketches. So you have Typhi right here. This is her elder brother, Abereron. I'm not going to explain too much more about my OC universe because I feel like I've given you enough information for one day, but I started shipping Abereron and Amelia. Somebody stop me. So more Amelia, Abereron, Typhi. This is Amelia's twin brother, Brandon. Brandon is actually the elder twin and is actually the king of their kingdom. What's really interesting is before I started up my big OC universe plot thing, I had Amelia and Brandon as my main characters, and I find it really cool that they were still prince and princess, and now it's kind of like an evolution. He is actually now king. It's kind of like time has passed. Like, time has passed in the real world and it's passed in my OC universe now. So I kind of find that cool. I don't know whether Brandon is quite off in that picture. It just seems a little off. And this one seems a little off. It's kind of like these two pictures of Brandon, like they should be smushed together, these two pictures, because they both look really off but for different reasons. And that's what I've got to say. I really like that picture of Abereron though. Probably my favourite out of like this whole spread. It's my favourite. Any more? No. So that is the end of my sketchbook tour. I hope you enjoyed the extra pages. That wasn't intentional to have these extra pages, but I just thought before I lose them, they're right here on my desk. I might as well add them in at the end of the video so people can see my current sketches as well as the ones at the beginning to end of my sketchbook. It's been a while since I did a sketchbook tour, and it was a detailed sketchbook tour to tell you all about some stuff. Obviously, I did leave a lot of stuff open-ended. That is because it's going to be covered in a future video or a couple future videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can like it. If you liked it, you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and turn those post notifications on if you haven't already, because I will hopefully be uploading more content soon, and having notifications on allows you to know when I post a video. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!